continuing the flood of crossover debuts, the all-new 2019 Subaru Forester was revealed at the New York International Auto Show on Wednesday. Subaru claims that the new Forester has the most spacious cockpit ever, and comes standard with the most technology in its class. Now in its fifth generation, the Forester gets a subtle facelift to bring its design language on par with that of the rest of Subaru's model lineup. More pronounced wheel arches and shoulder lines give the SUV a taller look. Its new LED headlights and taillights are standard on all trims. The Forester's new range of exterior paint colors includes Crimson Red Pearl, Horizon Blue Pearl, and Jasper Green Metallic, complemented by black or silver accents. The all-new Forester Sport trim level comes equipped with unique exterior aesthetic touches and contrasting orange stitching in the cockpit. The 2019 Forester rides on the Subaru Global Platform, which ensures a stronger chassis, less road noise, and a much more comfortable ride. The SGP also contributes to the new Forester's larger stature and increased cabin room, as the crossover's wheelbase is increased slightly to 105.1 inches and has 76.1 cubic feet of cargo space, up 1.4 cubic feet from the previous model. Subaru says the trunk is now wide enough to fit a regular golf bag in completely sideways, but the real question is, how many vape pens can you fit in the back? Every 2019 Forester comes standard with EyeSight Driver Assist technology, Subaru's Driver Assist suite that incorporates Lane Keep Assist, Lane Departure Sway Warning, Lead Vehicle Start Alert, Pre-Collision Throttle Management, and Adaptive Cruise Control into one versatile safety package. The fully loaded Forester Touring trim also comes with Driver Focus, a new system that monitors and takes action to avoid driver distraction and fatigue. Gone is forced induction, as the new Forester features an upgraded 2.5-liter Boxer engine, pumping out 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque, 12 more horsepower and 2 pound-feet more torque than the previous year. This naturally aspirated four-cylinder is only available with a 7-speed Lean-Artronic CVT, which features a manual mode with paddle shifters on the Sport and Touring trims. To showcase its outdoorsy personality, the 2019 Forester comes with symmetrical all-wheel drive that transfers power to the wheels with the best grip, paired with active torque vectoring straight out of the WRX Sport sedan. Other notable standard features include Android Auto, Apple CarPlay integration, automatic climate control, auto start-stop, welcome lighting, and a power-locking fuel door. A power panoramic moonroof comes equipped on all trims except the base model.
There were many very cool debuts at this year's New York International Auto Show. Surprisingly funky stuff like the all-new Toyota Corolla, just don't call it IM hatchback. Expected but still notable stuff like the GMC Sierra pickup. Concept-wise stuff like the Genesis Essentia, and manic stuff like the Porsche GT3 RS sub package. It was all well and good, but one of the most notable cars to hit the stand, in this rider's humble opinion, wasn't a sports car, or a concept whose name sounds a little like a variety of Japanese green tea. It was, like said opinion, an all-new take on the humblest of body types, the midsize sedan. Which, for all its humbleness, has had to withstand more than its fair share of attacks on the sales front. On one end of the spectrum, you've got compact hatches that are smaller but getting more practical every day. On the other, CUVs and SUVs that are larger but getting more and more efficient every day. It's a tough nut to crack, but Nissan feels the time is now for the Altima, which will be available with AWD and Nissan's latest engine, the variable compression, turbocharged 4-cylinder first seen in the recently revealed Infiniti QX50, and they make a pretty good case. Dennis LeVault, recently appointed VP of Nissan North America, said, Our research shows that Generation Y and Z drivers are showing a strong appetite for sedans. And there's an opportunity to think outside the traditional sedan box. That's well put, and perhaps a little tongue-in-cheek because according to Nissan North America VP of Product Planning Mike Bunce, the Altima sedan silhouette is exactly what's attracting these General Y and Zers. Bunce says, these centennials and millennials can't tell you what a sedan is. They don't know what a crossover is, they don't know what a wagon is. But when you show them silhouettes of body styles, number one, and by a far stretch in terms of intention, what they'd buy, if they had money, the intention is sedan. According to Bunce, it's almost as if the crossovers and SUVs have been too popular for their own good throughout the lives of these groups of people, and it's time for a change. He says, we ask, why? It's I grew up in that crossover, I was strapped in as a kid there. That is a family hauler, that's not my stage in life, that's not me. Of course, all that's great but it's smoke and mirrors if you don't have the tech and engineering to back it all up. In the case of said buying groups, tech is especially important, which is why both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come as standard on all Altimas, while Nissan's all-new Pro Pilot Assist tech will also be available. Those first two items should be pretty recognizable to most by now, the third, Pro Pilot Assist, PPA, a little less so. Essentially, what Pro Pilot Assist is the next step towards full autonomy. Activated by pressing a button on the steering wheel, PPA employs rear auto emergency braking, lane hold assist and an advanced adaptive cruise that can take you all the way down to zero in stop-and-go traffic. The lane hold system, meanwhile, doesn't just keep you in your lane, but keeps you centered in your lane too, thanks to its following what Bunce calls a virtual center line. It produces hair-raising events that have you coming too close to the lane marker to the point of almost going over it. Also under the autonomy umbrella is Safety Shield 360, which includes high beam assist, pedestrian detection, BLIS, rear cross-traffic alert with auto emergency braking and lane departure warning. It's standard on SV trim and up, which means everything but base S trim gets it. What will be available on all levels is AWD. According to Bunce, it can't come soon enough. He says, I've been fighting to get AWD in sedans in the US for 8 years, now and knows it will be a defining factor for the Altima. Similar to the Rogue system, it's an always-on system, which means it can go up to a 50/50 front-rear split if it's needed, and can fully decouple the rear wheels while cruising. That means AWD grip when leaving the line, and more efficiency when cruising or sitting in traffic. That's fine by us, and the fact that you can get AWD on all trims is a bold step, as only one other manufacturer in North America, Subaru, with the Legacy, does this after Ford pulled the plug on the AWD Fusion. Bunce is quick to point out, though, that even that car was AWD only at top trim, which effectively removes it out of the Altima's competition bracket. 2 engines will be available at launch, a redesigned, naturally aspirated 2.5L 4-cylinder good for 188 horsepower and 180 pounds-ft of torque, both higher figures than last year's model, that is lower overall, making for more aerodynamic performance, and the Altima's crown jewel, a variable compression turbo 4 good for 248 horsepower and 273 pounds-ft of torque. That's less HP than the now discontinued V6, but more torque. That, of course, is only part of the story. Bunce says, the VC turbo engine is phenomenal because it gives you the affordability factor of fuel economy with the power of a V6. By automatically adjusting the engine stroke on the fly, Nissan claims you're getting the best of both worlds with this engine. Time will tell how much that rings true, but it's a nice start. A nice start is right. If you'll remember, there was an Altima hybrid not too long ago, but it was short-lived, and the alternative energy reigns have since been taken up at Nissan by the Leaf in North America. It appears that the idea of a hybrid may not be entirely dead, however. Nissan is already testing a new form of hybrid powertrain called e-Power, and have sold it to the Japanese public in the form of the Serena e-Power van and Note e-Power hatch, and according to Bunce, there's some real potential for North America there. Just not in the way you may think. Bunce says, imagine driving a Maxima that drives off the line like a P100 Tesla. Sedans have an inherent advantage over a SUV-CV in terms of a lower center of gravity, better ride, and better aero, but Nissan has gone the extra mile with the 2019 Altima by adding a steering rack-mounted electronic power steering. The car's even lower than before and it's also wider, longer and has a longer wheelbase, which has a few benefits. Bunce says, every time you push the wheelbase farther out of the cabin, you improve dynamics. So not only is there more room inside but it handles better too. It's all coming up roses, isn't it? But is Nissan right? Is now the time for the midsize sedan to shine in North America? We'll know soon enough.